Welcome back to Afternoon Live. It's a form of Japanese art, creating and growing plants in a moss-covered ball. Here to show us how to make a Kokedama, we welcome back the co-author of How to Plant a Room and Grow a Happy Home, Erin Harding. It's great to see you.
Hi, Hannah. Nice to see you, too.
This is such a fun project.
I know. We haven't done this yet, so I'm excited to get a little dirty today.
Yes, this is kind of a messier one.
It is a messier one.
Tell me about Kokedama to begin with. I don't think I've seen one of these before.
Okay, so these are gorgeous. So the cool part about this is the whole intention behind this is really not just raising and growing plants inside a moss-covered ball, but it is actually doing the intentional kind of meditative work of the actual planting.
Okay.
And then it's really a piece of art when you're done. Yeah. So it's not just like having a potted plant on your shelf. What's really cool about this too is a lot of times we display them on decorative plates. A lot of these are locally made, and I love picking up little like pieces once in a while and then just having them on here. But you can also hang them. So they can be hung, they can hang from your ceiling or from wherever, and so all you have to do is tie an extra little piece of thread on there so that they can hang, and you can kind of make, this is more like a little tree.
That's adorable.
And then this is just kind of like a little bunch of peperomia, so you can do whatever you want, but the whole purpose is creating something that you really love and kind of spending time. We only have a few minutes here, so we're going to, like, usually it's about an hour process going into it, so we're gonna get a little messy here, but it'll be fun.
We're going to get it done. Okay, where do we start?
So the first thing is supplies. So you just want to make sure you have scissors. You want fishing line.
Okay.
And you can just get that at anywhere. And you want some water. You want to do a combination of bonsai mix, which is sort of stone, with regular potting soil.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to use sheet moss. So it's basically preserved river moss that they rip off of, you know, logs and stones and things like that.
Do you find that at like a garden store?
You can get that at a garden store. You can get online. You can even craft stores.
Oh, nice.
So preserved river moss, and then this is what's going to hug your plant there.
Cool.
Yes. So all we need to do is sort of make a dough with our potting mix. So we're going to start by doing a little bit of and it's usually about 2 parts to 1 part of the stone.
Okay, you still need it to hold together.
Yes, and the goal is, let's see here. Sometimes it's not a precise measurement.
Yeah, it's just like making a recipe.
This is where I get
kitchen.
dirty, which means you're gonna have to grab stuff if I need you to.
I'm ready.
So we're going to make a dough with this, and the whole goal is to make something that kind of like, when you toss it, it sticks together a little bit. So, in fact, in this case, I'm probably going to add just a little bit more here.
Yeah.
And the fun part while I do this is sort of picking out what type of plant you want to put in.
Right.
So there are a variety of plants that will work really well. You can even do succulents if you want. You can do tropical plants. We have a peperomia here, and then we have a Hoya.
Okay.
In this case, I thought it would be fun to combine 2 different ones. So in here we have a small little monstera plant, which is that tall one. And then we also have a epiprimnum, which is that one on the bottom that's going to vine a little bit.
Okay.
So you're going to create a ball out of this, and you want to be able to kind of toss it up and have it not break.
Perfect.
It's kind of the goal. So I'm going to make this just a tiny bit bigger.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you, are you ready to get a little messy?
I'm ready.
Let's grab the plant, and we're going to pull that out of the pot.
I am so nervous. Is it all going to come in a couple pieces?
Yeah, it'll just kind of fall out.
Okay, okay. There's this guy.
Okay, cool.
Gorgeous.
That was easy. And we'll probably, because this one's trailing, we'll probably put that towards the bottom.
Okay. How much of this soil should I keep?
Let's do the little piece. Let's do the smallest little piece here.
Perfect.
So let's do this
Ooh, that's fun.
Okay. So now that we have these two, we'll probably sort of combine it and make it look like this.
That looks cool.
Yeah.
It looks like they were meant to be together.
It does sort of, doesn't it? Okay, so now we're going to grab our moss ball, or our soil ball here, and we're going to break it in half. And this is kind of, you'll want to do that kind of carefully.
Okay.
And then we're going to kind of, just place the roots in here. And this is where it gets a little messy and tricky. So we're just going to kind of watch and see how the pieces fall together. And this is what can take even up to an hour sometimes.
This is kind of the mindfulness exercise of letting the plant kind of find its own way. That's right.
So let's just pretend that we've been working on this for an hour.
And look how perfectly gorgeous it is.
And so now we have this ball.
Okay.
And I'm going to have you grab a piece of sheet moss.
Okay, like this whole piece?
Yep.
Okay.
And we'll lay it down.
Okay.
So you'll want the green side on
the
back. Yeah, no, you have it perfect.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so we'll set this here. And thank you. And then we're just going to kind of cover the moss.
Oh.
Cover the
That's
soil
kind of like
here.
Wrapping a pastry project. Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
I mean,
see
I'm
the
not
vision.
the cook, but I believe you. That
I'm
this
not
is
either.
what...
I just watch other people do it.
Okay, and then we're just going to kind of...
But it's as simple as that. You're kind of taking piece by piece, wrapping it up.
And you can rip it if you need to.
Okay. Man.
And this does take a little while, so we're doing this pretty quickly here, but this takes a little bit.
That is so cool, though, that it's really just, you're just putting all these different components together.
And it's really cool because you can kind of display it however you want. So if you want it on a dish, you can, or if you want it hanging, you can as well.
That would be
so
super
now
impressive.
We're going to grab the fishing line.
Alrighty.
And I'm going to take the very end of it, and I'm going to try to keep this on the table here. And we are going to just sort of start to wrap it. And you can go as tight as you possibly can.
Wow. And then as you just wrap and wrap and wrap, tighter and tighter, and
it becomes...
It really just disappears too. Like I see on the finished ones over here, you really don't notice the fishing line at all.
So sometimes you'll see a like a hemp or something like that around them. You can do that if you want to, but I sort of like what the fishing line looks like because it's kind of organic and you don't really see it.
It does look really cool.
So we're just gonna keep going.
But look at this, even our kind of quick and dirty TV version we're putting together here, this is so cool that you can really put all these things together.
And we're just gonna go tighter and tighter and tighter, and then you just keep.
Is there an art to tying it off at the very end?
I just like to double knot it. So the fishing line, the nature of it is sort of that if it ties on itself, kind of. So you can kind of just, and this is fun.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Okay, this is amazing.
Just go over and over and over.
And over and over.
And then we'll find a spot at the end to kind of tie it off.
Okay.
And this does take normally a little while. So the tying part, this looks a little messy here, but this takes probably 10 to 15 minutes alone.
Perfect.
So, and then once it's sort of tied up.
There we go, and we're gonna pause this one right here because we just have to take a break. But thank you so much for bringing us this. And look at what you've made in just a few minutes in front of us.
Yes, it's so pretty.
Great to see you. Thank you so much. Erin's book again is How to Plant a Room and Grow a Happy Home. We'll have more on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.